Hi everyone, welcome back. This is Deborah and today I'm starting off just with some happy mail. So I've been a bit slack in sending the happy mail. I do apologise. June just got away from me, not sure where it went. So this pile is going to be split into June and July. I'll send them both next week after we come out of lockdown. So if you've signed up for that list, and I think I've got a few people I haven't yet responded to, but I have received your information, so I'll send you a note back today as well. And I've just got a whole pile of stuff. Some of it is from my shop, like these little vintage tickets, which are 2 shilling admit 1 tickets. So I've got a couple of those out, and so they'll go into the pile, 1 each. And then I'm just kind of going to divide this up, I think, into whatever. And I'll show you as I go through. So I do have a few things that are the same, like these big tags that I made. So I'll just put 1 in each pile. And then I've got some of these. Now I do have more of these. Here's another one here, 1 in each pile. They're just tags. They've got the writing surface on the background. It's really overcast and it's been pouring rain all morning, so I'm just getting around to my video now. Then I've got a couple of these frames. So I don't know if I've got any more, but I'll put a big one in one and the 2 littler ones in another. And I've got a couple of dyed tea bags that I did, so 1 each of those. And look, if you don't like any of this stuff, then you can give it away or throw it away. I don't really care. If you like it, then maybe you'll use it. I've got another little frame, so I'll put that in with the person who's getting the big one. And I do have a couple of other sort of like and like things, I think. I have some of the die cut. Oh, hang on, I'll just do the tabs. So I've got tabs, they come from the same as the frame pack. I've got some of my die cuts, and this is cut from Tim Holtz packaging. So just be aware that if you get this happy mail, that you know it is cut from the Tim Holtz packaging, and so that's what it looks like. So I've got a typewriter and another typewriter. I think I've got another typewriter here as well. Yes, I've got one. This is done in some of the Tim Holtz paper, and then I've got a 4th one, which is the plain one. Let me just see, I'll just split those evenly. And then I have some of these which are done with the stitch slots. I think I've got 4 of these. There you go, 2 each. I have some little Kodak slides, so 2 each of those. I didn't really kind of pull out numbers, I just pulled out things and thought, well, that would be okay. I've got this little booklet that I made with the different binding on it. So that would be something that you could use in a journal. I'm just trying to find the front of it actually. There you go. No, hang on. Maybe if I put it up the right way, I might have more luck in finding the front. That's the front. And then it's got different little pages in it. So I'll give that to one person, and then I'll kind of make up the difference to the other person. So I've got another little pocket piece here. This is one of those with a pocket here, and then it's got a pocket on the front here as well. And a postcard, which I think I only pulled one postcard out, and then possibly this, which is a little, I don't think it opens. No. Oh yes, did I do a pocket on that? Yeah, that's got a little pocket in there, so that'll be the other person. And let's see, I've got some just random stuff really. Oh, there's another tab and a couple more of those. I'll put 1 each. I do have some guest checks. So I've just pulled some of the guest checks that I had out off the pile. So if you haven't used those before, you want to know what they look like, then if you get this happy mail, that's what you'll know. And I've got a couple of little folders. So I did these folders the other day. So they've got little things inside, 1 each of those. Couple of postcards, so just randomly putting 1 each in there. And what else have I got? I've got these pieces. So if you get these and you think, what am I going to do with these? You can actually just do some pockets with them. So they're just some some pieces I've put together, some Franken bits and bobs and chopped up. So you could do some collage with that. So I'll put 1 each of those. I'll probably find more of those actually. I've got that, which has got a little tag in it. That's one of the Tim Holtz salvage tags in there. So I will put one of those in one person's, and then the other one, this has got 2 little tags and some photo booth. So I'll put that in. I've got this one here, that's just a little collage. If you get one of these packs and get this, be careful because that is a pin. So I would advise that nothing that I send should be put near children. I don't have young children. I don't have, my kids are adults, well and truly adults now. And I don't have any grandchildren or any little children who visit me. So I don't have to worry, but you know, just be aware that there is a pin in there. So I will put this on, not sure which pile, just looking, I think this pile. Yep, so that's gone onto a pile now. I have some stamps. These are Australian stamps, always useful if you're looking for stamps. And again, this is just what I sell in the shop. So I just kind of split them in half and put some in one and some in the other. And then I've got a couple more tags, I think. Yep, some more tags, so 1 and 1. And more of those bits. These are made with Tim Holtz papers and various other things. So you can create tuck spots, you can create tags out of these, you can create pockets out of these. So that could be a pocket there. Just depends what you want to do with them. I'm just giving you some ideas in case you get it and think, what am I going to do with this? These are just 2 tags, so 1 each of those. And we're getting down the pile now. That is another little thing, so I'll put 1 on there, and then the other one I'll put this. Now if you do get this, it is actually a pocket. Just let me open it. I think it goes this way. It has actually got a pocket in it. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tuck that in there, so whoever gets it, hopefully it'll stay and they'll know it's an actual pocket. And then because I've given a couple of things to the other pile, I will put the little envelope and this thing here, which is just, you could make a pocket or a tuck spot. You could cut out around here and use it for something else. That's one of the dolls with the Stamperia chipboard pens. I like that one. So I'll put that into the other pile. And then I've got 2 things here. I've got a little flip out, which is very cute. And then I've also got an envelope that I made ages ago. So I'll pop 1 in each pile. And then the last thing is this one, which is a card, so a little journaling spot that I've sewed on, and that's a postcard. And then in the other pile I'll put this, which is got a tag in it, and again it's a lovely little postcard that I've turned into a tag. So I hope you like those. If you're the person who gets those 2 piles or one of those piles of happy mail, there they are there. I will just push them over there to one side now and I'll post them off. We're not allowed to go out at the moment, so I can't really do anything until Monday. And I normally post on a Tuesday. So Tuesday and Friday are my normal post days. But of course tomorrow, which is Friday, I can't go out because of the lockdown. Oh, hang on, I've got a couple more things here. All right, so I've got a couple more tags. I think that's it now. So I've just popped 1, and that's another one of those writing tags. And then this is another tag. That's done with the stamp and some tissue paper. So I've just put those into each of the piles as well. On with the project. This is the little book that I started yesterday. And I think this piece is a little bit sort of annoying me because it's coming down a bit low and I don't want it to be there. It's one of those little pieces that I put in. So there's a couple of things I'll show you that I wasn't 100% happy with the results, but this is one of them. I don't like that that is coming down, and it is just on the edge, so I probably will cut that off. I think I'm just wondering how I can do that successfully, but I think I might just try and slice it off with my scissors, because I'm not obviously not going to get that in the cut up. I'm just using the actual words on the little thing as a bit of a guide for where I can cut that off. And then I have to, this is the problem, is, oh, maybe if I turn this over, yep, that's going to be better, and then I can just trim that off here. I might think I'll be happier if that's not hanging down on the bottom. They can go in the bin. So this is it. Now I'll take you through and show you how it turned out. I am pleased with it. As I said, there's a couple of things, and I'll explain, that I'm not happy with. And then I've got some stuff out and I'm going to decorate it up. So this is the obviously the book. Now I wasn't able to keep the orange end papers. I had a problem with them and they just kind of ripped out. Obviously when I cut it yesterday, I cut it a bit too far and I sliced those end papers. So I ended up just removing them altogether. So this is the front page. This is the thing that I bound it onto. And I like that I've put this on the front. That's, I think, quite a good starting point. And then I've just kind of put them in as I went along. and I didn't pay much attention, unfortunately, to what I was doing. There's a couple of things which I thought, oh, when I was going through it at the end, I wish I hadn't put them where I'd put them. So probably, you know, that's probably one of them, because I would have liked the other side to be first, and all I had to do was fold it in the other way, and I didn't do that. Then I've got this, and it's all sort of higgledy-piggledy. Now the ship looks like this page is crooked, but it's actually because the ship is leaning. I thought I'd bound it in there incorrectly, but I hadn't. And then here's this little bit of typewriting paper. There's that little flap. I might put something on that. And another piece of journaling paper. Now this one does pull down. I'm leaving that because it's high up. It's not on the bottom. And then that, and then I will put something on here as well. That's the old book that the cover that I put the thing on yesterday. And this one and this one. So that looks quite good in there, but when I got to the other point I was like, oh, I shouldn't have done that, but never mind, we'll move on. That's the other side of the book. Then I've got the plane and that bit there, and this side, and then that's the Eiffel Tower page that I chopped. That one I put on, so that's okay. And then we go over and over. That's the one that I wish I'd turned in the other way. And then I've got the postcard, which is here, the end of the postcard, and that's the end of the cover. So this is the other little one that I've put on the front of the next signature. And then I've got the plane, the bike, then I've got around the world, and this one, but this is what I don't like. I wasn't looking, and I put two journaling pages opposite each other. So I went, oh, I shouldn't have done that. And of course it happens again when I get further into the book as well, the other side of them. I like that bit, it folds out, and that postcard I think turned out really well. And I've got that page, and then I've got this little thing, and hopefully I've got everything up the right way. I didn't actually check that, I just hadn't seen anything that's up the wrong way. There is that bookmark, and I actually went through and found, I went online yesterday and I found this company. They're still existing, which is great. The Australian Postal Institute in Western Australia, or the Western Australian Division. And what it is, it was a company that was set up by the post people and the telephone people, and they set up this leisure centre, basically, I guess you'd call it. And so that's what that is, if you're wondering. I was reading about the history of it. It was actually really interesting, that little bit there. And then I've got this. Now this is the bit that I was a bit disappointed in myself, because I wish I'd put that one with facing the other way like I did on the other signature, because that's really busy and that's really busy, and then you open it up and you get plain inside. But I might put something on there when I decorate that up so that it stops that. Just flipping through now. Again, you've got that bit, and then this is the other side of that paper that I put that one on. And then here, and I've got this little bit that folds out, and that, and of course then you get the same problem here. So I wasn't paying attention clearly, I was just more worried about getting it on. And then that's the back cover, and then that's it. So I like that I've kind of put these in different places, so you get this whole mismatched look of different page sizes as you're going through, and it's awfully cute. It folds in really well, actually. The two signatures and the amount that I put in there was pretty perfect. I think I'm not going to cover the front cover. I'm just going to leave it, because you can imagine that on the shelf. I better turn it here so you can see. On the shelf in the journals, and it'll just look like I haven't journaled. I haven't got a journal like that. It's just a little tiny one sitting on the shelf. So if you pull it off the shelf and expecting to read The Three Musketeers, you're going to be disappointed, because that's it. So now I've got some stuff out so that I can put some things in. Just do a little bit of decoration in it. So I could leave these for journaling. I'm not sure yet, but I think I've probably got plenty of journaling, and that is really, really plain. So I wanted to put something in there, and I just don't know whether that would fit. I want to put some pieces that I've done in the past, as well as some of my paper dolls in. I've got this little one, which is a pocket. I don't know whether that would go in there. Then you could have a little tag coming out. So that might look okay. Maybe this will fit somewhere better. I won't cover the journaling spot up. See if that fits on there. Actually, that's going to go on there quite well. So maybe what I'll do is I'll put a few things on here and just pop that on there. See if that other one will fit better. This is a longer one, so it's going to probably be too big for what I want. Yeah, that's way too big. I can't have that. Now, these are not necessarily Tim Holtz papers. In fact, I think that they are, I was going to say 49 and Market, but I don't think they are. But anyway, they're not thick enough for 49 and Market, but they're still another good brand that I've got, and it just escapes me at the moment. So, but the problem is I really like that, so I'm wondering, should I even put this on? Maybe I'll find a new place for it. Let's keep going through. What's on this? Maybe I'll put it on the back of the boat, and then I can put the tag down, because I don't like that the tag is white on the back. That's good for journaling, but when it's in the actual book, I don't want it. I don't want to be able to see it. I don't want it sticking up like that, so you see that white as you're turning through. So I'm going to put that on there, but first of all, let's just maybe put something on it. So I've got my trusty paper dolls out, of course. What else? What else indeed? Let's grab these. I love these ladies. They're so cute. And I probably need to get some other little bits and bobs to put on here. I do have some of these vintage cigarette cards as well, which I keep sort of, you know, selling things and just getting rid, and everything's going, and then I think, oh, I wish I'd kept some of those. So I pulled some out so that I would actually be able to keep some. So I could put one of those in there as well, so that, you know, I've got something. Otherwise they're all going to go. I got these in the UK, so also because, you know, they're a bit sentimental, they remind me of my travels, and I put them on Etsy, into my Etsy shop, and I must admit, I think most of these ones sold. I guess because they're floral, people like the flowers. So I could pop that in there as well. Let me just get some more stuff to do this. So I'm just going to do some decoration. I've got a few things out. And also, while I'm at it, I wanted to remind you about the Happy Mail, because I had some lovely emails from people sending me an email without giving me their address, because they thought that Happy Mail meant that they could email me and, you know, I could be happy about that. I don't know, it was very, very sweet. I thought it was adorable. So I will get back to those people who've done that and let them know that it's not actually about, you know, sending me email, although I love getting emails. It was really, really nice actually, but actually sending me your address, and then I can put you on the Happy Mail list as such, because otherwise I don't know your address if you didn't include it in when you sent me the information or the lovely email that I received from some of you. Very, very surprised I was, but it was so nice. I don't go out much anymore because of everything that's happening around the place, and it's nice to actually know that people have you know, that take the time to actually contact me and say hello, which is really, really lovely. But you also need to include your address if you want to be on the Happy Mail list. So that would be, you know, something to think about. I'm going to put some of this sort of stuff down, this cheesecloth and muslin that I've got, just to mix it up a bit. And also I like the colour that's in there. Kind of got the same, you know, that same greeny bluey tones as the journal. So I'll pop a bit of that down just on here before I put it on. This is quite easy to stick because it, you know, the glue obviously comes through it because it's an open weave. So it's quite easy to stick on anything. Just put some glue on these ladies and get them down. Yes, and I'll try not to be so slack in August. I'll send something a lot quicker than I have in June, and yeah, I feel terrible about that, but you know, sometimes life gets in the way and you just shouldn't beat yourself up over it all the time, should you? You just know that everyone's trying their best, and it's just a matter of thinking, well, I've tried my best, it hasn't worked out, but at least I've had a go. So I have to clean up my craft room. It's a complete and utter mess, let me tell you. There's stuff everywhere, and I really want to sort all my little things. I think I mentioned that one before. Have I done it? No. I want to sort the stuff that is little, like these little things, into the one area so that when I'm doing tiny things like this smaller journal, I can get it out and use it, or when I'm looking to do a, you know, something that is smaller, rather than having, say, my paper dolls sorted by type, which is what I do now. And I've probably got some more packets of paper dolls that I haven't even unboxed yet, and I really need to kind of sort them as well so that I can find them easily. Otherwise I'm scratching around within the paper dolls trying to find the stuff that I need. I'm going to leave that in there because it's a little thing that can be written on. I think that's quite sweet. So I will put that, I might put another one of these in actually, so I've got two of them. Yeah, I think two will look better, don't they? And I will, wondering what else I should put on there. And I'm not sure if I probably need something on the tag as well, so when you take the tag out, it's not just plain like this. Well, let's see what else I can put on the tag. I've got this thing which is like a little flower like that. And I was playing with that label before, but I think it's the wrong colour. I'm going to keep this one. This is for me. I like this one. And as I said, I haven't made a tiny journal like this, so you've got something on there. And I guess the flower's appropriate because I've got the vintage cigarette cards with the flowers on them. So now that can stick down. It's a pity to stick that pretty paper down, isn't it? But I'll have to, because I want it in the book. Otherwise it'll fall out, I fear. Now I'm just going to put that down the bottom and on the edge there. Just to have something as you're looking through. I thought about putting something on this side too. And I had that person before. What did I do with her? This one. Here it is. Whether she would go on there. I think she might be a bit too big, unfortunately. I don't know where I'm going to be able to put her. I'd like to include her in this book. Maybe I can put her there. Or I just had a thought about one of those little flaps that's in here somewhere. Here, like this one, I could stick her onto that. And then I'll have to put something on the back of her because she's just on a piece of paper, because you remember, or you may not if you've seen this video, I used the picture from the magazine of this old homestead and the gate that was around it, and then I made her look like she's a convict in prison. I was going to put this into my family history book, but I think I'll put it in here. It's a bit quirky. So if I put that there, I will have to put something over the top of her, but I think that's okay too. So I'll stick this down and we'll at least have this bit decided upon. Now I want her kind of in the centre, so I will just eyeball that. The other thing I could do is just trim that off there, so she's just on that edge. I'll just see what piece I can put in here to cover her up. Just while I can slide that up and down, I will, to get that positioned right. And I've got some of the frames out, so I'm wondering if I can do a frame. Let me just put those paper dolls away. Like a frame around the aeroplane here, like that. I think that looks okay. Okay, I'll do that then. That's just enhancing it a little bit. The papers are beautiful. You probably don't need to do any of this extra stuff. You could just leave it and admire the different papers. But I just want to give it a bit more of a twist and make it a bit more mine, rather than just using the papers. Now that has got some stuff on it that I could put something else on the back. So I've got another pocket here somewhere. I'm sure I had another pocket here. I don't know if this one's not a bit high. Yeah, that's a bit tall. I don't like the white bit sticking up. What's on the back of here? Yeah, I'm probably not going to use that because it's a bit annoying that that's poking up a bit like that. Unless I cut that bit off there and just use the little baby pocket that I've got. I could do that. Now I need another thing to go on here. That's not enough to satisfy what I'm looking for. That is very blue and purple. I like this label. I'll put that label on there. Yeah, I think I'll put that label on. And then when I finish this, I'll put it on my shelf and then I can use it. So it's good to finish things, I think. Because like everyone, I have plenty of unfinished projects around. But, you know, eventually I get to them, even if it takes a little while. I do want to put something here and also on the inside at the front, this one, because that's really, really plain. I'm just wondering what I can put there. The problem is that I've cut it into that sort of shape, which I like, but now it's going to restrict, you know, I can't put a square thing there because it's going to look weird if I put a rectangular thing and have these sort of edges which are cut like that. Have a think about that while I have a look what else I've got here. And I've just spotted my fussy cut sheet that I didn't finish yesterday. So I can actually use some of these, I think. So you don't want to actually stick that down and have the back of the envelope showing. And also the inside's really pretty. So I want to use it all. So I'm just going to fold it up like that and see if I can find somewhere in the journal to pop it in. So that looks good. And then I also have these fantastic little things here with they've got the mini bits of the paper on them. I like these too. So I will continue fussy cutting these out and adding them somewhere into the little book. I think I can put one of those in there. So I'm not going to glue that flap there, so it's more of a tuck spot. I'll just glue that edge up here, and then that can go into this pocket here. So it'll fit quite easily because I haven't stuck this edge down, just that edge. And then I should have one on the other side like that if I can find it here. Let's see, just try to find it in the scheme of things. It's hiding away from me. Oh, here it is. Now that one's a bit smaller, so that's not going to work this time. I'm going to use this frame and I'm going to put it down here so that it sticks up above the piece of paper that it's on. So I'm just looking at the back of that. I think that would be all right. It's sort of a grey colour. And then I'm going to put something inside the frame. So the first step is to stick it down. Now I have to make sure I don't put anything on the tab itself because I'm not sticking the tab down. I'm just sticking the frame. I'm just going to pop it around there. It's about the right size for this piece of paper. It's pretty good on the width and it goes around that aeroplane quite nicely. It's not down the bottom, but that's okay. I think that looks pretty good on there and creates this nice little tab as you're flicking through. And I want to put something inside that frame. So I'm going to put this couple in here. They look like they should be flying on that plane, don't they? I'm just going to pop them in the frame here. I'll stand them on the edge of the frame like that. That will look really sweet. Okay, they're just going to stand there like they're about to board the plane. That's my story anyway. My little head story that I'm telling myself as to why I've got this couple standing on this little frame. They probably, you know, this is a picture that they've taken saying, have you seen the plane that we went on? They look about the right era. Maybe they're a bit too modern, but they're quite vintagey, so I think that they look cute on there. So I'll take that up so you can see. And they look like they're blending into the background really nicely as well. So that's for there. Now, these are some of the ones that I really want to try and use. I've never used any of them. So it's probably today that I do that and not just keep these things and hoard them. I want to use it across this way though. I'm going to just stick out there. What a pity. Let me try the other side. Maybe I've made that a little bigger. No, he won't even go in there. What about this cover here? Probably the back of this cover maybe. Let's try that one. He's just got his little, oh, if I put him down lower, and then I've just got that sticking up. All right, I have to find a different page for them. They're not quite wide enough. All right, I found a place to put them now. And also I've got a little sign here, a little label, which I'll pop down the bottom of this page, but I'll put it up the right way. Otherwise that's not going to work. And then I'm going to put them here because they fit. Yep, I can just get them in. So that's where they're going, and at least I can say I've used one of them. Oh, hang on, there's a little gap thing to take out there. That's a very thin little thing he's holding. I hope it doesn't fall off. The rest of them are fine, but that little stand, little stick or whatever you call it that he's holding, it's a bit tiny. Oh, I've lost my page now. Where was I putting it? Okay, this is not good. I've lost the page. No, hang on. Oh, here it is. Phew. Thought I'd lost that altogether. Got sticky hands. Let's grab that wet wipe and put him down. And you're probably thinking, why did I put that there? And I guess because I could. That's my answer. I liked them. I wanted to use them today, so I found a place to put them in. And I think that that I've got quite a bit in here now. So I think that I'm going to stop and say that that for the moment is enough. And then as I start to use the little book, I can find other things to put in it. I'm not putting a closure or anything on it. I want it to look like a book when it's sitting on the shelf. But I hope you enjoyed that. I certainly had fun doing that over the last couple of days. Something a bit different, and I like how it's turned out so far. And I'll continue to add to it, and I'm sure it'll just get better and better. So for now, that's it from me. So this is Deborah, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Cheers.